Well, good evening, Dr. Swanson, Mr. President, members of the board. It's my pleasure to tell our story of the Shaw Heights Falcons. It's my 4th year as a principal at Shaw Heights, and it is by far the most difficult and rewarding position I've ever held. And it is with great honor and respect that I'm able to speak to you on behalf of our students and our staff, who I've invited here this evening, just to be sure that someone claps at the end. Thank you. A little bit about our staff.
Better than that.
A little bit about our staff. We have just under 50 adults in the building. That's ESP and our licensed staff. Over 70% of our licensed staff have master's degrees. One of the data points that I'm most proud of for our staff is our attendance rate for our licensed personnel. We set an attendance goal for both students and staff at the beginning of last year at 95%. Our students came in at just under 91%, so clearly we have a little bit of work to do here, but our staff crushed it. Our adult attendance rate was over 98%, and we all know from Hattie's work on effect size that an effective teacher in front of students has the most profound effect on student growth and achievement. This slide is our 2015-2016 school performance framework. We scored 39.5 points. We were priority improvement. As you can see from the graph on the left, our achievement was low. We did not meet in any category. And as you can see on the graph at the right, our overall growth was less than 1 year in both math and English language arts. This lit a fire. We knew this was not a true representation of who we really were. And as Dr. Swanson says, when things aren't going great, it's time to look in the mirror, and so that's what we did. We decided that if we work together, we can move some pretty big rocks. And the first 3 we decided to move were these, data teams. We needed to strengthen our understanding of this work. Second thing we did is we needed to laser focus on our park prep work. I asked every teacher in the building to support team literacy or team math. And then teachers then created daily opportunities for students in all content areas to read, write, or demonstrate their mathematics skills. We also dedicated academic enrichment days to focus on higher order thinking processes and increased rigor. The third thing we focused on every day was building authentic relationships. We did this through a year-long activity called What's Your Why? We'll talk more about that at the very end. These are the results for the school performance framework for 2016 and 17. You can see that academic achievement isn't where we need to be yet. It's the yellow circle that I'm talking about right here. We are approaching for most subcategories in the English language arts category, but you can see for all categories in math and science, we do not meet. That circle is in red. This will become one of our UIP goals for this coming year. While we've made progress, we know that we still have a lot of work to do. The chart on the right shows our academic growth. You can see inside the green circle that we exceed for all students, for our English language learners, and for our students who are on free or reduced lunch. The green stars indicate where we meet growth expectations for our minority students and our students with disabilities. We are approaching in all areas for math growth, and we consider that a huge plus. As I said earlier, we were at 39.5 points at the beginning of last year's school year. We were after 2.5 points. We needed to be out of priority improvement. We were well over 17 points for our achievement growth. We're the first secondary school in the history of Westminster Public Schools to be a performing school. This is what it looked like. This is what it sounded like. Thank you, Mr. Donahue, right on. By far the top day of my professional career. It felt great delivering that news to a staff that's worked that hard. Our 2018 Performance Challenge is here in front of you. Every school, as Dr. Swanson said, was asked to set that performance challenge for the 2017-18 school year. And today I commit to you, the Superintendent of Schools, the Westminster Public Schools Board of Education, to the staff who are seated behind me, and most importantly, to the students and families of Shaw Heights Middle School, that we will continue our upwards trend to set and reach goals of a scaled score in English language arts of 730, and to set and reach a goal of 725 in mathematics. At the beginning of the school year, I like to compare our fall Scantron scores of the current year with the Scantron scores of the previous fall. On the left, you can see that for English language arts, we see that 6th grade is still a little lower this year, and that our 7th and 8th grade students are ahead of last year's pace. We are lower in grades in math Scantron for this school year. This will be a focus of our efforts. Again, we see a big dip from 6th to 7th grade, where students move from standards around computing numbers to standards which involve higher level thinking and problem solving skills. This is a skill that we need to start working on earlier in 6th grade. Now what? Maybe you've heard of the story of the falcon and the statue? No? Pigeon and the statue? Maybe. Some days you're the falcon and some days you're the statue. We know from firsthand experience that we want to continue to be falcons. We also know that without a relentless focus on the big rocks, we can easily become a statue again. We intend to support the Westminster Public Schools Management Action Plan by taking action towards the completion of the following goals. Goal number 1, to ensure consistent and a deep implementation of our CBS system with regard to all instructional aspects. Our action steps are to create an AVID elective, which is done, and to create a school-wide focus on data binders and Cornell notes. Our student binders combine data tracking and goal setting for each class. Cornell notes are being used school-wide. Students are using the Cornell notes to help increase their engagement, their comprehension, and most importantly, they are using them as a great review tool. In addition, all staff are being trained on Kagan engagement structures. These structures are having a significant impact on every classroom in the building. Goal number 2, to attract, retain, and develop effective CBS educators and leaders. We intend to retain all staff, including our 8 new teacher hires, our new dean of students, and our new assistant principal, who is a former dean, and both of our new administrators have come through the Westminster Public Schools leadership cadre. The district's 3rd goal, fostering a strong culture of academic success, including post-secondary workforce readiness for students and parents. We intend to implement a parent academy for student success, which was wildly successful at Scott Carpenter Middle School last year. The academy meets weekly, beginning October 5th, for 9 weeks. Parents who attend 8 of the 9-week courses will graduate with a certificate on December 7th. We will also continue our work with Carol Dweck's growth mindset and the power of yet. I will continue to ask our administrators, staff, and our students to fail forward. We do not only teach reading, writing, arithmetic. We teach children how to do school, how to take care of one another, how to take care of their school and their community. We teach children to stand up for what they believe in and to honor their diversity. At the beginning of last school year, as a staff, we talked about our why, the reasons we all became educators, the reasons why we wake up and go to work every morning. We do it because we love each other and the families we serve. What do we do best? We teach children, and then we tell them it's them who really give us our purpose. We called it, Who's Your Why? And this is what it looked like.
Hi, 3rd period. So, I am here with the camera in front of you because we had to, as an assignment, we had to talk about why you guys are, or what is our why? Why do we love to teach? And when I think about my why, I think about my third period, all of you. Really? Okay? You guys are my why, okay? If I'm having a bad day, I think about the faces in my third period.
Know that you're so special, and you're one of the reasons why I get up every morning and come here and do what I do, because you're just so loving and so patient and so helpful, and I really just admire who you are so much. So thank you for being who you are and making what I do so very special to me.
I thought of you. And so that's why I'm recording you and telling you that you're one of the reasons that I come to school every day. It makes me happy to see you. So there we go.
So Mr. Carlson asked to do a project, all the teachers, where he asked us, who is your why? Meaning, why do we come to school every day? Who are the reasons that we come to school every day? So I chose a few students that are my reason why. So you're one of those students that I chose because well, sometimes we have challenges in class. You are always so exuberant and passionate about life, and so you are my why. You're one of the reasons why I come to school every day, and I want to let you know that. You're welcome.
And that's Shaw Heights Middle School.
They clap for you. They clap for you.
Starbucks cards for everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Carlson. Board, questions?
No, where education is personal, right?
Right.
Job well done.
Again, I would go back to the same question and looking at your achievement growth and, what are we looking at for sustainability to ensure that this is ongoing, that this wasn't just an anomaly, that we're going to continue with this progression.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear, that it can't be an anomaly, that we have to continue to increase our pace. We're going to keep pushing. Teachers are working harder than ever this year. We're starting at a better place than we started last year. I'm very confident that with the work of the staff, the folks who are behind me, and the folks who are resting for tomorrow, we'll be in the game all year long, and I expect the same results.
Nice. Anything else?
Just like to acknowledge your staff as well and faculty. I see Miss Pyburn right there, one of my favorite teachers of all time.
Mine too.
Although she was late. She walked in late and I was like, oh, detention.
Yeah, she wasn't the only one.
It's all right, Dino was late too, you're fine.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. I was born late, literally. One thing that kind of stood out to me, I appreciate you throwing the attendance challenge out there. I think that you can't improve if you're not there, and the students are entitled to have that teacher in the classroom. That is what the money is going for, and we need them there. And certainly circumstances in life arise. They always do. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, whatever. Things happen. Life happens. But I appreciate that, and I hope that continues. That's a nice number to see, and it's nice to see it trending upwards. So
Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
And just to speak to both schools that presented tonight, I think one of the things that, and Dino kind of touched on it in regards to, to congratulate the students and their success, but it seems like you're challenging the students as well, and that they're being receptive of that. And because the one thing I noticed with students is they're resilient, and I think it's good to continue to challenge that and make it somewhat competitive for them.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
yeah.
Yes. And then for our other principals lurking in the room tonight, wondering when their education reports come up, well, now you know how you get it done. You bring your own audience with you. So you're going to have to get a little bit more creative. Usually it's Principal Davis who is the one that throws down the gauntlet to her peers. So we can't wait to see what she has planned when she comes with her report. So
Keep up the work.
yes. Thank you both. Dr. Grenham, anything in closing you want to add to either of these?
We will have 2 more schools for you at the next board meeting in 2
Great.
weeks.
Okay.
I'm
great.
loving these.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a nice spin on just the old humdrum. This is who we are. These are our numbers. Blah 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 blah. It's nice to see that. And Dr. Swanson, to you and your team, I think it's maybe the first time we've seen how it plays out. We've been certainly supported behind the scenes, but to see really the contracts that have been drawn up, saying this is what we have to do to tell the state, go away and leave us alone. Let us do our jobs. So it's really nice to see everything so dialed in. So well done to all of you and the administrative team.
Thank you. At the end of the day, it's all about the kids' achievement.
Right.
Yes. So very good. Thank you.